Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. My shirt is incredibly creased. I hope you can't see that too much in the camera because that would be embarrassing. If you are new here, then hello, my name's Libby and I upload videos twice a week here on my channel at the moment, and every Friday I film a Disney/Florida themed video. So as today is a Friday, I am actually filming one of my Disney videos this week, and today we are going to be focusing on Disney shows. Now on my channel I've spoken about a lot of things to do with Disney World. I've actually only ever made Disney World themed videos on a Friday so far, and very soon I will be expanding into other things, such as other things to do in Florida as well as different theme parks in Florida. But at the moment we are solely focusing on Disney World and just Disney in general, just because there's so many different tiers to it, and just overall Disney has so much to offer and you can easily spend your whole 2-week holiday there without even leaving the premises of Disney. So on my channel we've spoken about each Disney park individually, as well as going into even more detail on a specific rides and attractions and why they might be suitable for you or not so suitable for you. But today I've decided to talk about Disney shows and other entertainment which you can catch around the parks while visiting. Now I absolutely love shows. If you guys didn't know, I actually used to dance, so I've grown up with a very much dancing and show background. So I really love performances. I really like all things to do with the stage and the theatre and just everything to do with that, down to the lighting, down to the set design, down to the costuming. I just absolutely love everything to do with shows and forms of entertainment like that. So it's no surprise that I absolutely love all the shows that Disney have to offer, and I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't actually realise they had as many shows as they did. When you actually go on the Disney app and see all the shows they have to offer, it's a bit overwhelming just because it's so impressive the amount of different kinds of shows they have and just the variety of different people that they capture in their audiences and stuff. So in this video I'm going to run you through my 10 must-do shows. I just want to quickly mention I've left out all the fireworks shows as well as all the parades because I think that would be a bit unfair. They would easily fill up 10 places in themselves because fireworks shows and parades are just a must-do. In my personal opinion, they are what makes Disney Disney, and if you're going to visit, especially if it's your first time, definitely go and check them out because they are just amazing. And I could make a complete other video about them. I'm not going to go into it now, but anyway, let's get on to this video. So like I said, I'm going to list 10 different shows which are my personal favourites and I make sure to watch every time I go to Disney World. These are spread across all the different parks, so I'm going to try and mention what park you're going to catch them in and then what kind of show they are, and just basically run you through what to expect when you go to these shows and why they might be suitable for you. So in 10th place, the first show I want to talk about is PhilharMagic, which is located in Fantasyland in Magic Kingdom. And this one kind of confused me because it's not necessarily a show, but then it's not an attraction at the same time. You have to sit in a theatre and watch something, so I didn't really know whether it had a place here, but I'm gonna say it has a place here, and I absolutely love this show. I specifically love going to watch this show when it's either raining or it's extremely hot outside because it is in such a lovely air-conditioned theatre and the seats are really comfortable as well. But anyway, let's go on to the actual show. So PhilharMagic is a 3D show which is all about Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, and it basically starts off with Mickey conducting an orchestra, and Donald actually ends up losing Mickey's sorcerer hat, which is what controls the orchestra. So he has to go on this journey to try and find the sorcerer hat, and he ends up going in lots of different well-known Disney films, and it's just a really fun show to watch. As I said, you get to see a lot of different films, so it's fun for all the family and all different age ranges. They have a lot of singing in there so you can sing along, and it's 3D, so that's always fun as well. The next show I want to talk about is my personal favourite. I feel like it wouldn't be on anyone else's list, but I absolutely love this attraction and I'm going to speak about it probably for the rest of my life because it is just so iconic for me. I absolutely love it. I go on it every time I go to Magic Kingdom, and this is the Carousel of Progress, which is in Tomorrowland. And again, this show doesn't actually have any live actors, it's all animatronics, but it is a show. You do sit in a theatre, so I thought it was legible to be in this video. But basically the Carousel of Progress is a show about a family who are adapting to different technology as time goes on, and you see them in 4 different time periods and basically how the world changes as technology progresses. I absolutely love this show and it's a must-do every time I go to Florida. The main reason why I think I love this show is because it has a lot of history. Walt Disney actually came up with the concept of the show by himself and took it to the New York Fair, and then it ended up in Florida. I think it's actually a remodel, but still the original concept's completely the same, and I just really love it for that reason. The next 2 shows I'm going to talk about together because they are very similar, but they're in different parks. But if you're only able to catch them in one park, it's really nice that they have the option of 2. They're not exactly the same show, but they are very similar, and this is both the Geometers in Epcot and the Green Army in Toy Story Land in Disney Hollywood Studios. And the reason why these are very similar is because they are both centered around the idea of playing drums, and they are also live action shows that happen right in the middle of the park. You don't have to wait for them. You don't sit down and watch them. They just come into the specific area and you can watch them for as much or as little as you want. I love both of these shows. I actually filmed both of them on my last trip, so I'm going to insert videos of them now. As you can see from there, you've got a little bit of a taster of what to expect, but they just are really professional and entertaining drumming acts, and I really love watching them. They do a really good job at boosting your mood and make you feel the happiest you can possibly be, which is really what you want to feel when you're going around Disney parks. My fifth show I want to talk about is Animal Encounters Winged Encounters. That's a really long title. That is what it is actually called, and it is located in front of the Tree of Life in Animal Kingdom. This is such an amazing and breathtaking show, and it's really worth a watch. Basically, in this show you have some cast members talking about different kinds of birds and what their traits are and what they're like, and you also get to see the birds, which is honestly so amazing. They have parrots which actually fly over your head. Because they're out in the open, they can fly everywhere. It's just such an amazing experience. I honestly can't explain it. Again, I do believe the show does happen at certain times, but it is out in the open, so you can spend as much or as little time as you want. You can just go and see the ending or just the beginning, or you could just walk straight into it without realizing, but it is definitely worth a watch if you've got a bit of spare time or love all things animals and just want to learn a bit more about birds. The next show I want to talk about is in Disney Hollywood Studios, and this is Beauty and the Beast. I think this is one of the oldest shows I can remember from the youngest age. This show has been in Disney Hollywood Studios since I was a baby, and honestly every time I watch it, it just brings back so many memories and makes me so happy. It's such a lovely show. As you can imagine, this show is based off the film Beauty and the Beast, and it's basically running you through the whole story in a condensed amount of time, but it still includes all the songs, so you can sing along if you know them, and is able to show you the complete story as well with all the characters too. As I'm sure you can see, it's just overall a really lovely show, really bright and colourful, and it also does include some really good choreography as well as tricks on stage as well, which I really enjoy watching. In fourth place, I want to mention another show which is in Disney Hollywood Studios, and this is the Frozen Sing-Along. I'm not going to lie to you, when the show first came out, I really thought I wasn't going to enjoy it at all. I'm not the biggest fan of Frozen. I mean, it's a good film and I do like the music, but I just think it's overhyped a bit. But to be completely honest with you, when I did go and watch this show, I did really enjoy it, and I went back to watch it a second time because I enjoyed it so much. This is basically what it says on the tin. It runs through all the Frozen songs and you get to sing along with them. You have two characters that tell you the story of Frozen. They're not actually main characters from the film, but they're basically just narrators which run you through the story as you're singing the songs as well. And if I'm honest, they're really funny. I actually belly laugh when I watch them because how they explain the story and tell you stuff is just so funny and so true, and it's entertaining for all ages. So the kids find it funny, but there's also an underlining sense of humour that adults find funny as well, and I just thought it was really well scripted and just really well performed. And how can you not enjoy singing Frozen songs either? They're so iconic, everyone knows them, and even at the end of this show it snows as well, which is really fun. In third position, the next show I want to talk about is in Disney's Animal Kingdom, and this is Nemo the Musical. I absolutely adore this show. I actually ended up buying the track on CD because the songs are so amazing. I just absolutely love them. This show is really interesting. For starters, it's an indoor show. You are completely in an indoor theatre and it's really nice and cold, so it's a great show to go and watch when you want to get out of the heat and relax a little bit. But when I watch it, I literally think it's like a West End musical. It's got all the lighting, all the characters, all the props, and it's just such a well created show. I sometimes forget that I'm in a theme park when I'm watching it. But this show is basically running you through the story of Nemo. I think overall it's about a 40-minute show, and they actually use puppets. This is such a good idea, especially when you're targeting a musical towards children. It keeps their interest and just also helps them relate it to the film as well. And again, as I keep saying, it's just so well constructed and it flows so lovely. All the songs are iconic and you'll leave the theatre singing them, and it's overall just a must-do show. In second position, I want to mention another show which you can watch in Epcot, and this is The Voices of Liberty. This is probably personally my favourite show overall. I just absolutely adore it. I love that it's not in an actual theatre, so you can just sit on the floor. It's so comfortable and you feel so close with everyone when you're watching it, and it feels so intimate and personal. I just really love that about it. I love the location of it. It's in this massive grand foyer room with high ceilings, so all the voices echo, and it's just overall so beautiful. Again, I did actually film this on my last trip to Florida, so I will input a little clip of it here for you guys. As you can see, their voices are absolutely beautiful, and honestly that video doesn't even do it justice of how amazing it sounds. One point I would mention about this is because it is in the World Showcase, you have got to get your timing right. The American Pavilion where it is actually right in the middle of the lake, so no matter what way you go, it's going to take more or less the same amount of time to get there. And if you are planning to see this show, just make sure you get there on time because you don't want to miss it. Saying that, it is definitely a must do, and I would probably preach this one the most out of all these attractions because I think it is the most underrated but the most amazing at the same time. And lastly, my top show which I want to talk about is actually in Disney's Animal Kingdom again, and this is the Festival of the Lion King. I spoke about this previously in my original Animal Kingdoms video. If you want to check that out, I'll leave it in the description. But this show is honestly amazing. I've actually been lucky enough to watch The Lion King in the West End, and I would say the version in Animal Kingdom is just as good, if not a little bit better than the West End version. I just absolutely love it. I cannot explain it enough. In this show, you're in an arena style theatre and they sing all the Lion King songs and use lots of different forms of dance and entertainment to keep the crowd intrigued and entertained. For example, they use fire breathing as well as aerial and flying skills, as well as lots of other fun carnival style circus tricks, and I just absolutely love this show. They do a really good job at keeping the audience involved as well, and just overall making it a festival like it says in the title. When you leave the theatre, you honestly feel like you've celebrated and just had the best time ever, and I absolutely love it. It's one of the first things I do when I go to Animal Kingdom. That's all I've got to say for this video this week. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a little bit different, but I still hope it was really entertaining. As I said at the start of this video, I have done an awful lot of different Disney themed videos. If you are interested in any of them, I'll leave a playlist in the description if you want to check more out. They're really good if you are planning a Disney trip or just love all things Disney and want to learn as much as you can about it. There's loads and loads of information and videos like this that I have created. If you did enjoy this video, then please let me know by giving it a thumbs up and also leaving me a comment in the description of what shows you love to watch at Disney. Please let me know. I would love to chat to you guys. Also, if you want to see more from me in the future, then please subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. As I said at the start of this video, I am currently uploading twice a week. On a Monday, I upload either a beauty, fashion or lifestyle video, and on a Friday, I upload a Disney or Florida themed video like today. So if any of that interests you, then please feel free to subscribe. It would be absolutely amazing. And if you want to learn a bit more about Disney right now, then I also have a blog post going up on the same day as this video, which is relating to last week's video, which was about attractions which you definitely need to buy a fast pass for. So if that interests you, if you're planning on booking your fast passes soon, please go check that out. It will help you out a bunch. There's also lots of other posts and guides relating to all things Disney there. So if you're interested in any of that at all, then I'll leave that all in the description as well for you guys. But that's all I've got to say for this week's video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're all keeping well and staying safe, and I will see you guys very, very soon on Monday's video. Bye!